Woody's been at that weight now for about 4 weeks, and I've still been keeping him manned, not totally, but enough that he comes out and I feed him off the fist, spend a bit of time with him and put him back. So I'll see how he is today when we go in. So that's what he's been doing. He goes in, I then drop the hatch down, there's a good boy, a good lad, isn't you, Woody? You're a good lad, Woody. I think we'll give you a little weigh and see what you weigh. Question about tethering. How do I tether? And many people have got many different ways, but the basic principle is always the same. A swivel, that does swivel. Assist type. So mainly what I use is this type. So the two jesses attached to the hawk, put them through there like that, and then put the leash through on the stopper knot. The trouble is with this sort, this can come down, could come down and get maybe caught. So I think if you're using that, you need to keep an eye on it. But that's how I carry him around quite often, because I'm there with him. And the other type will be this type. So again, using the same jesses, going through, loop, swivel through, and pull down. And then use this type through, leash back through itself, and that way still got the swivel and the end can't come through, so safer to leave a hawk like that if you need to. But in my opinion, or for myself, I never leave Woody alone when he's tethered at all. So he's free lofted, and if he is tethered, I'm there. And if he's tethered to my glove, I will use this one because it's just easier to undo for myself. This one's just a little bit more fiddly, that's all. Not much more, but I just find it a little bit more fiddly on this part here. And that's that. So for the person that asked that question, that's what I use. Mainly this, but this one, if I'm leaving him for any reason unattended while I go inside. How you doing? How you doing, Woody? Good boy. There's a subject that's just come up about tethering, and it came to my attention on another channel. No idea this movement was even in existence, and I wondered during my sort of short time in falconry whether one day someone will say something, but it appears that there is some movement to try and ban the tethering of birds. We tether falconry birds, falcons and hawks, but there's some noise going on about this. At the moment it appears to be sort of maybe a centres or zoos, but what I'm sort of shocked about is the way the video I saw was put across. Now this video, I make videos and I try and make them entertaining, and I use music to try and make them entertaining, and I edit and clip pieces together, and yes, some of the best bits, some of the things that go wrong you don't, and you know, it's just the way you edit. So because I've got that in mind, the way I edit, I watched this video, and firstly through the video there was sad music playing. That's the first thing, which brings an emotion out. And then in the rest of the video it was clips all put together, but they were obviously chosen clips. Now it was mainly birds baiting, so every time a bird baited, a hawk or a falcon, they took that clip and put it in this video with this sad music, and they called it tying birds down to a post. Tying down is the words they used. And I was just shocked, because I could make that same video with anything I wanted to. Dogs on leads, dogs pulling, puppies. They call them domestic, and but you know, you can still make a video of putting a bit into a horse's mouth. We could call it a piece of iron, dragging a horse around the corner. Gerbils on wheels, fish. In fact, they had a video of fish in bags, you know, saying they're trying to ban everything. But the thing is, there are people that mistreat animals. I understand that, but to be all put in the same category is totally wrong. Now this goes on in the workplace bullies. You get one person that does something wrong, and then they punish the whole lot, which is just totally wrong and disgusting in my opinion, because one person shouldn't destroy the whole industry. But it happens in corporate companies, and it appears now that these people are taking or trying to take something and completely destroy it. That's what it appears to me. So what I'm not saying is, in the video that I've seen, whether every case was looked into, I don't know, but it just tries to portray cruelty to these birds, hawks and falcons, which is just absolutely rubbish. But the trouble is, the video gets edited, they put sad music to it and use terminology like tied down to a post, all in the name of public spectatorship. So it's just painting a bad picture before you even see it. And if you don't know anything about falconry or hawks and falcons and the way that they're managed, and these are loved creatures. We take care of them. We don't mistreat them. But the video that I saw shows that they're all mistreated. So the general public will see that video and just straight away think, oh, that's cruel. But as I say, I could do it with anything. I could pick any animal and then make a video and edit it to look bad. And that's what that video is done. It's I was shocked. I saw it and I thought maybe some of the cases may need to be looked at individually, but it's my gripe is when people just because of one person try to ban the lot. And as I say, it's like corporate businesses. You get one person do something, and then they punish the whole floor with the HR behind them, and that bullying regime we got in today's day and age with some companies. Until I saw and done a little bit of research myself that there are a movement. So it's like animal rights, I understand that, but the problem here is that the people should immerse themselves into the falconry world and totally understand it before they start trying to ban. Because individuals should not create problems for the majority. So if there's an individual that needs looking at and speaking to because of their practices, maybe if their mews are too small or they're tethering in the wrong way, then speak to them, but not the whole majority. So the terminology, some of the terminology that they're using is tying birds to a post, tying them down. It just sounds worse. Tying down sounds worse for a reason. And they use the words starving the falcons. What are you looking at? Starving them. And they're not starved, we all know that. We fly these at the highest weight possible. They're at a natural weight where they would be naturally hunted. And if it starts to rain and I'm out with this hawk, he's sitting in a tree, so he's not starving. I've got food in my hand and he won't even come to me. He's not starving. He's at a hunting weight, which is natural, and he goes out and does his natural thing. But they use the word starving for a reason. Anyway, that's enough of that. If you haven't heard of that, Google it. It's on the internet. You'll see a little bit about it. But so for now, let's look after our hawk. So there may be things I'm saying slightly wrong, but from what I can see, just from that video, it was very negative to falconry. Falconry's been going on for 4,000 years. All falconers are normally conservationists. We like the environment. So falconry has done so much for conservation. So many species that was almost extinct have been reintroduced all over the world. So there's a terrible naivety that's taking place. I'll put Woody back in his mews now. So I put the mews jesses in whilst I transport. This flying jess is permanently attached to the eyelet, just for ease of picking him up. So what I wouldn't do is leave them like that if I was outside, obviously, because he's not attached. But we're inside at the moment. You alright, Woody? He's stepping up already. So it's a one-handed job, and that's what happens in Falconry. So everything's done with one hand anyway. So these attached now, safe. As you see, that knot slips through there, and the other system doesn't. That one doesn't, but it doesn't matter. It's just what you don't want to be leaving them tethered like that, because anything could happen if you're not there. But there we go. So we brought him in, he's had a little bit of food. I'm spending a little bit of time with him, but not as long as I want to, but I've got other things I've got to do today. He's molting, he's doing well, keeping him manned. I know, as I said before, you can leave him in the mews, let him molt out and then pick him up at the end of it, but for me, I like to keep in touch with him, keep this going, and it just gives him a little bit of manning as we go. Didn't it, Woody? Hey? Got a bit of a crop on him. Plenty of food. Let's go.